You sign the divorce papers on a Tuesday and book a one-way ticket to Paris by Thursday. You rent a studio above a Tunisian bakery in Belleville, €850 a month for a new life. By the second week, the loneliness finds you. You eat alone at the same bistro every single night. You meet her at a laundromat in Belleville on a rainy Tuesday. She's reading a book in Arabic. Her English is broken. Your French is worse, so she draws your portrait on a paper towel. You laugh for the first time in months. The sound surprises you more than it surprises her. She takes you to the Canal Saint-Martin at midnight. This is her Paris, not the one on postcards. Every morning you bring her coffee from the Tunisian bakery. She paints while you work beside her. She teaches you French words. Lumière means light. Douleur means pain. Rester means to stay. You slow dance in her studio to Edith Piaf. Autumn has turned to winter outside the window. She gives you a painting of the two of you on her rooftop. You hang it above your bed. Spring arrives. You talk about the future for the first time and everything feels possible. Her mother in Saint-Denis calls you Habibi. You start looking at bigger apartments together. Layla gets quiet sometimes when you mention the future. You don't ask why. You should have. One morning you wake up and she's not there. Her phone goes straight to voicemail every time. Her apartment door is open. The room is stripped bare. The paintings are gone. Everything is gone. 3 days later, her friend Nadia finds you. Layla was sans papier, undocumented. She was always undocumented. Nadia hands you an envelope. Inside is a letter in French and a small painting of a laundromat on a rainy Tuesday. You translate her letter one word at a time. She wrote, "I didn't want to be someone you were saving. I wanted to be someone you were choosing." You walk along the Seine at 2 a.m. alone. Paris keeps spinning, indifferent and beautiful, and you keep walking because stopping would mean feeling it all at once. You order the same croque monsieur every night. The waiter brings it without asking now. You sit in the Parc de Belleville watching couples share headphones on a bench. Your ex texts you, just one word, how? You delete it without answering. You try to say excuse me in French at the market. The vendor just switches to English. The bakery downstairs fills your apartment with the smell of bread every morning at 5. You design a logo for a company in Ohio. You've never felt further from anything. You memorize one French word a day. Today it's seul. It means alone. A month passes. The loneliness doesn't get worse. It just gets ordinary. You stop calling friends back home. You don't have anything to report. You wonder if starting over just means being lonely in a more beautiful place. It's a rainy Tuesday in October. You carry your laundry to the place on Rue Ramponneau. Inside, a woman sits on the folding table reading a book in Arabic. She doesn't look up. Her name is Layla, but you don't know that yet. You just know she has paint on her hands. You stuff your clothes into the wrong machine. She finally looks up and points to another one. You try French, she tries English. Both of you fail. Both of you laugh. She pulls a pen from her jacket. She grabs a paper towel. She draws your face in 30 seconds. It looks exactly like you, but somehow better. She slides it across the table and shrugs. You take the pen. You draw her. Yours is terrible. She laughs until her eyes close. The machines finish. Neither of you moves. The rain keeps falling outside the glass door. You walk home holding a paper towel portrait like it's something worth keeping. And it is. You text her the next morning. 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. She sends a drawing of a croissant. You meet again at the same laundromat on Thursday. This time, you brought 2 coffees. She laughs at your French. You laugh at her English. Somewhere in the middle, you understand each other perfectly. She draws the bakery downstairs from your apartment. She already knows where you live. Belleville is small. You walk her home through Belleville in the rain. She doesn't have an umbrella. Neither do you. Her building has no elevator. 5 flights of stairs. She takes them 2 at a time. At her door, she turns around and says goodnight. In French, it sounds like a promise. You walk home grinning like an idiot. The rain doesn't bother you anymore. Nothing does. Friday. You bring her coffee at the laundromat again. She's already there. She was waiting. She takes you to a wall in the 20th arrondissement. It's covered in her art. An entire building side. She painted it in 3 nights. No permission, no ladder, just cans and a fire escape. You realize she is the most fearless person you have ever met. And you are terrified of everything. Saturday. She shows you the Canal Saint-Martin at midnight. The water is black and perfectly still. She says this is her Paris, not the postcards, not the tourists, the parts that breathe at night. You don't kiss her that night. You almost do. The almost is better than anything you felt in years. Sunday morning, you bring her coffee from the Tunisian bakery. She opens the door half asleep in paint-stained clothes. Her studio apartment is chaos. Canvases stacked against every wall, paint on the floor. It smells like turpentine and mint tea. She paints while you work on your laptop in the corner. You keep looking up. She never does. She teaches you your first French word. Lumière, light. She points at the window when she says it. You walk home through Belleville at dusk. The streetlights come on one by one like the city is waking up just for you. She texts you a location pin. No words. You grab your jacket and go without thinking. She's standing on a bridge over the Canal Saint-Martin. The water below is black and still. You stand next to her. She points down at your reflections and says, "Regarde, c'est nous." You start bringing her coffee every morning from the Tunisian bakery below your apartment. She opens her door half asleep, paint still on her fingers. She takes the cup without speaking. This becomes your routine. Coffee, her door, her sleepy smile, every single morning for weeks. She paints in her studio while you work on your laptop 3 feet away. Silence feels easy. She teaches you French words. Lumière, she says, pointing at the light through the window. Douleur, she says another day, pressing her hand flat against your chest. Pain. Rester, she whispers one night on her rooftop, looking out at the city. To stay. She teaches you to make couscous in her tiny kitchen. You burn it twice. She laughs both times. You walk along the Seine at 2 in the morning. The city belongs to no one at this hour. She reaches for your hand without looking. Her fingers find yours like they already know the way. She takes you to the flea market at Clingden Court on a cold Saturday. It stretches on forever. She finds a broken picture frame and holds it around your face. Mon chef d'oeuvre, she says, my masterpiece. She shows you her paintings in a squat gallery in Ménilmontant. The walls are covered floor to ceiling. You recognize yourself in one of the paintings. You're sitting at the laundromat reading her book. You slow dance in her studio to Edith Piaf. Neither of you knows the steps. It doesn't matter. The record ends. The needle clicks in the groove. You keep dancing anyway, in the silence. Autumn arrives without warning. The leaves in Belleville turn gold overnight, like the city caught fire. She wraps your scarf around her neck and says it smells like you. You never wash it again. You walk through the Marché d'Aligre on Saturday mornings now. She picks the vegetables, you carry the bags. She teaches you the word manquer. It means both to miss someone and to lack something essential. You start dreaming in half French. Your subconscious is trying harder than you are. The bakery owner downstairs learns your order. Croissant aux amandes. He saves you one every morning. You bring her the croissant and a coffee. She opens the door in paint-stained overalls every time. She paints for 6 hours straight some days. You learn to love the sound of her silence. One night, she takes you to the Canal Saint-Martin. The water reflects the streetlights like scattered gold. She tells you the canal is where Amélie skipped stones. You pretend you've seen the film. You watch Amélie alone on your laptop that night. You finally understand why the French love sadness. The first real cold snap comes. You buy a space heater from a hardware store you can't pronounce. She comes over and you both sit next to the heater like it's a campfire. She calls it pathétique. She teaches you to cook couscous the way her mother makes it. 7 vegetables, no shortcuts. The couscous is terrible. You both eat it anyway, sitting on the kitchen floor with a pot between you. November rain turns Belleville into a watercolor. Everything bleeds together, soft and gray and beautiful. She shows you her paintings in a squat gallery in Ménilmontant. They are enormous and full of rage. You realize she has a whole life you know nothing about. It scares you. It makes you love her more. You slow dance in her studio to Edith Piaf. Neither of you knows how. It doesn't matter at all. She whispers the word rester into your shoulder. Stay. You hold her tighter without answering. December arrives. The city puts up lights everywhere. Paris has never looked this much like a promise. You buy her a deep red scarf from the Marché d'Aligre on a freezing Saturday morning. She wraps it around her neck 3 times and says it smells like the market, like home. On Christmas Eve, she takes you to midnight mass at Saint-Germain-des-Prés. Neither of you is religious. You hold hands in the pew and the organ fills the whole building with sound. New Year's Eve, you watch fireworks from her rooftop in the 20th arrondissement. She kisses you at midnight and the whole city is exploding with light below you. January is brutal. The radiator in your studio barely works. She stays over every night. She gives you a painting for your birthday. It's the 2 of you on her rooftop. You hang it above your bed. It's the first thing you see every single morning. February, you stop translating everything in your head. French just starts happening on its own. You stop feeling like a tourist. The bakery owner knows your order. The neighbors nod hello. Paris starts feeling less like a place you moved to and more like a place that's yours. March, the first warm day, Layla drags you to the Canal Saint-Martin with cheap wine. You sit with your feet over the water and she leans her head against your shoulder. Spring arrives like it was waiting for permission. The whole city turns green overnight. You're lying on the grass in Parc des Buttes-Chaumont when she says it. What happens next? She asks where you see yourself in a year. You say here, you say with you. She smiles, but something crosses her face, a shadow you've never seen before. It passes. You don't ask what it was. You should have asked what he was. But right now, in this moment, on this grass, in this city, everything is perfect. 8 months in Paris. You stop counting the days. This is just your life now. Your French is clumsy, but real. You order bread without pointing at it. Layla's English has gotten better too. You meet somewhere in the middle of 2 languages. She introduces you to her friends at a bar in Oberkampf. They test you immediately. They ask you rapid-fire questions in French. Layla translates the ones that matter. By the 3rd round of drinks, they're calling you l'Américain. It sounds like a compliment. Friday evening, Layla takes you on the metro to Saint Denis to meet her mother. Her mother's apartment smells like cumin and cinnamon and something you can't name. Her mother hugs you before she even says hello. She holds on longer than expected. She serves you couscous with lamb and vegetables, 3 helpings. You don't refuse. She calls you Habibi when you leave. You ask Layla what it means on the metro home. It means darling. It means my love. You carry that word home like a stone in your pocket. Friday, couscous becomes a ritual. Her mother saves you the corner seat by the window. You start looking at apartments together. 2 bedrooms, 1 for a studio for her. You picture yourself growing old in a city that isn't yours and it doesn't scare you. You go online and apply to extend your visa. You fill in the box that says reason for stay. You write, I have a life here. And for the first time it's true. But some nights, Layla goes quiet. She stares out the window like she's counting something. You ask her what's wrong. She says nothing. She smiles, but the smile doesn't reach. You tell yourself it's nothing. You don't ask again. You should have asked again. You fall asleep with her head on your chest. Her breathing is slow and warm. You wake up at 9. The bed is cold. She's already gone. You text her. No reply. You call. It rings once, then nothing. You walk to her apartment. The street feels different, quieter, like it knows something. Her door is open, not unlocked. Open, like someone left in a hurry. The apartment is empty. Not moved out, empty, erased, like she was never here. The half-finished mural on the far wall. A woman mid-brushstroke, forever incomplete. You stand in her empty room for an hour. You don't move. You barely breathe. You call her 47 times that day. Each ring feels more like a funeral bell. You go to the laundromat. The machines spin. She's not there. She's nowhere. You check the bistro, the canal, the flea market, every place that was yours together. 3 days pass. You don't eat. You don't sleep. You just wait by the phone. On day 4, Nadia finds you at the bakery. Her face tells you everything before she speaks. Layla was sans papier, undocumented. She never had papers. She never told you. The police came at 5 in the morning. They took her before the city was even awake. Detained, processed, put on a flight to Algiers, all within 72 hours, all gone. She didn't call you. She didn't want you to try to stop it. She didn't want you to see her like that, powerless, afraid, not the woman you knew. Nadia slides an envelope across the table. Layla left it for you, just in case. Inside, a letter in French you can barely read, and a small painting of the laundromat. You hold the painting up to the light. It's the laundromat. Every detail perfect, even the rain. She painted you in the corner, sitting with your laptop, the day you met. You didn't even notice her watching. You unfold the letter. Her handwriting is small and slanted. 3 pages of French you can barely understand. You open your phone and start translating word by word. The first line takes you 15 minutes. Mon cœur. You know that one. My heart. The rest is a blur of words you've never seen. 3 hours pass, the coffee goes cold. The light outside goes dark. You keep translating. Slowly, sentence by sentence, her voice comes through, and it breaks you open. She wrote, I never told you because I didn't want to be someone you were saving. I wanted to be someone you were choosing, not because I needed you, because we fit. She wrote about the laundromat, how she almost didn't speak to you, how she's glad she did. She wrote, don't come looking for me. Remember me the way the city remembers rain, briefly and everywhere. You fold the letter and put it back in the envelope. You sit there until the sun comes up. Morning. The bakery downstairs opens. You smell bread through the floorboards, same as every day. You look at the rooftop painting above your bed. The 2 of you, her colors, her brushstrokes, still there. You don't take it down. You don't pack a bag. You don't book a flight home. You just sit. Days pass. You're not sure how many. The bakery owner knocks to check if you're still alive. Spring turns to summer. The days get longer. The light stays until 10. You barely notice. One evening, you walk to the laundromat. You stand outside. Someone else is using her machine. You keep going to the bistro. You sit in the same chair. The waiter brings your wine without asking. The chair across from you stays empty. The wine tastes the same. The silence is louder now. You stare at the envelope Nadia left on the counter. Layla's handwriting curving across the front like a whisper. Your fingers tear the seal slowly, like the paper itself might break if you breathe too hard. Inside, a letter folded 3 times in blue ink and a small painting wrapped in yesterday's newspaper. You unwrap the painting and your breath catches. It's the laundromat that rainy Tuesday, your first day. 2 small figures sit on plastic chairs, one reading, one watching her read, not knowing anything yet. You press the painting against your chest and close your eyes in the empty apartment above the bakery. You unfold the letter and recognize maybe every 5th word she wrote in her careful blue ink. You open the dictionary and begin translating her letter 1 word at a time, like learning her all over again. 3 hours dissolve. The coffee goes cold. The light shifts from morning gold to long afternoon gray. And then the sentence that stops you. I never told you because I didn't want to be someone you were saving. I wanted to be someone you were choosing, not someone you were rescuing from the world she was born into. You read that line 4 times before the words go blurry and you have to set the page down. The painting of you